Yo, so hello and welcome to the YouTube channel. Hopefully you guys can hear me right. I'm currently lost somewhere in London. So basically the goal is to get to Bethnal Green. It's a powerlifting gym. It's one of the oldest powerlifting gyms in the UK. So we're supposed to be going there to train with Nathan and James Adcock, hopefully. If I can actually make it there on time. But yeah, I am currently lost trying to figure my way. I think I might have a bus to be able to get there, but we'll see. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in a bit. But yeah, let me figure out my way there. So, as you can see from the intro of the video, I actually got lost in London. I was able to get the bus, but unfortunately I got the wrong bus. So I ended up on the completely another side of London and had to get a trip all the way back to get to Bethnal. I got there in time, but I had very limited time to actually film or do anything. I was supposed to film with Nathan and James. They're currently the best two juniors that we have in the UK. I think James has an 811 kg total as a 93 kg junior, and Nathan, who's a bit younger, has a 767.5 kg total in the 83 kg class. Both of them will be competing at IPF Worlds in Turkey, or Junior Worlds in Turkey very soon. So it would have been really cool to train with them and see what their numbers are and how they lift, but we were very short on time and I had to rush because I got lost in London, and then I had to get back, and I also needed to get back to family because I'm down in London to visit family. There was just nothing I could really do. On the day we had to rush to so we worked up to a 305 kg squat, which I'll show you warm-ups as I'm talking right now. It was very rushed. It wasn't a great session, so I got there. I didn't feel the best because obviously I barely slept the day before. I had to travel via train to get to London itself. Woke up and then got lost and walking around a lot. By the time I got to the gym, I was a bit drained already. But I think around that 250 kg mark, I kind of just switched on mentally. And I was just like, this doesn't make any sense. I'm not here to, I shouldn't be struggling with 250, 270. I needed to tune up, so I managed to get in the vibe, get everything sorted out. I did also the squat rack was a bit dodgy, not gonna lie to you, that thing was swinging all the time. But I did the 250 warm up, which you see soon. Didn't move the best. After the 250 we went 275, and then the 275 was a lot quicker. I was a bit more dialed in, and then from 275 we just said, bro, just go for it. I went for a 305 kg squat. Now if you know Nathan is known for one thing in the GB team, or the community, or whatever you want to call. And I should have known. I shouldn't have told him to decide for me, because obviously the man's blessed in in a completely different area compared to everyone else. So I had the 305 squat, which you're gonna see very soon. You can't really tell much apart from the speed the plates are moving at. But it was a decent squat. It was the ability to squat 305 on the day. I felt absolutely terrible and had no business handling the weight, which I shouldn't have squatted in the first place. Was decent. And then after that was it. I was out of the gym all the way back to Newcastle. Went out with family, and then Sunday I travelled all the way back to Newcastle. So then the next plan was to film Monday, but then Monday was very busy with work and I didn't get the chance. I got home around 7-8 p.m. and I need to be up at 6 o'clock, 5:30, 6 o'clock for work the next day. So gym closes at 9. There's no time to go to the gym. So I had to combine a squat, bench and deadlift session. And I think on this day I made a little rant on my Instagram. And I think just to go into more depth into what I was trying to get at, just a combination of that. This last 3 weeks have been a bit hectic for me in terms of training. I know Arnold's prep is starting very soon, or it has started. I think I was ranting and I was just saying if you're not willing to work on your technique. And I think that just came from the fact that I had terrible days where I had to mentally tune in to come into the session. And then also while I was coming to that session, my focus was also looking for things I could improve. Because that's what I've been trying to do over this last 6 weeks of training post IPF Worlds. I took information from that meet, what went well and what I need to work on. And I took things I need to work on for my squat. I took things I need to work on for my bench. I took things I need to work on for my deadlifts. And my whole focus has just been experimenting, trying new things, testing out my techniques, seeing what I can push or new variable I can add in. I think a very good podcast to listen to is the latest one by Chance Mitchell on how not to be an intermediate lifter going forward, or how not to be a perpetual intermediate lifter. And I think what he mentions there is for you to go to one stage to another, you need to add in a new variable, something different that will add an extra stimulus. That could be on the coaching side. For me personally, there's always just been two focus for me since I started powerlifting. When I started as a junior, I knew what my leverages were, and my goal was to add on more muscle mass where I could. I also enjoyed bodybuilding, so it made more sense to me. My goal was add on muscle mass where I could, and hopefully I'm able to just power my way out of the bad spots I am in. Now that I have a decent amount of muscle mass and I'm also a bit further into my powerlifting career, my goal now is I can't necessarily add an extra 5 kg of lean muscle tissue to improve my bench. Like, that's not going to happen. Like, that's going to take me at least another 5-6 years potentially to add all of that extra. So my goal is to learn how to improve my technique to the ability where I can leverage myself and also the amount of muscle mass I've been able to generate to give me the most power output in everything I'm doing. That's where my mind is now. So what I'm trying to say is, as a junior lifter and as people who've been powerlifting for a while, I think when I hear people say leverages or genetics or technique, you don't need to work on your technique. Powerlifting is a sport that requires minimal skill level. All you need to do is, once you figure out how to squat, bench and deadlift, that's it. Just squat, bench and deadlift. I think that doesn't make any sense to me. I think you should constantly be looking at your technique and reviewing and see what you can improve, but to a certain level, because this goes in two ways. Like, you can't be the person who just goes, I'm not going to work on my technique, I'm not going to improve. That makes no sense. But you can't also be the person who's constantly reviewing and changing the technique all the time, because I've been in that hole. So what I normally tend to do is periods like this after a comp where I know what I need to work on, I do experiment. But as I get closer to my next comp, around that 8-week period, I'm not doing anything special, anything new, unless it's like it makes a drastic change very quickly. Because I've noticed this, like some preps, I'll be trying new things, but I'll be trying it so close to the meet day that my form just goes to shit. Like, I almost messed up my previous national comps because of this, because I was trying to tweak my sumo, and I was watching a lot of lifters. Like, I watch a lot of YouTube videos, a lot of lifters, like majority of people I follow on Instagram. I'm always just scrolling through the posts to see what they do that I don't do and how I can improve my lifts to better improve my efficiency doing the lift. I'm chatting a lot of words right now. But I almost messed up my national prep by focusing too much on my sumo deadlift and trying new things all the time. So I've narrowed it down where there's a finite window, or there's a fixed amount of time where I'm willing to experiment and see what I can improve. And then once that period is gone, all I'm trying to do is focus on the positives, repeat that to comp standard before the comp happens. That's it, simply. Outside of comp period, your main priorities, I think, should be adding more muscle mass where you can or where it's needed. So bodybuilding, if you want to bodybuild, or getting more efficient with your comp movements and just putting the reps in. And then also reviewing your technique to see where, honestly, you can cheat the range of motion if possible, or leverage yourself into a stronger position. That's it. So that's my focus for this period before comp prep starts again, where I'll just be dialing in on all the positives I was able to pick up on from this last few weeks, and also replicate that doing training for Arnolds. But I just thought I'll come on here and also expand a bit on that. Chance Mitchell puts in a much better way and a more educated way on his podcast episodes. So I'll definitely recommend you listen to that. But Arnold's prep is going decent. I would have been playing my videos in the background. I had a squat bench deadlift session. Squat, we worked up to a 240 triple. Nice and easy. It's more of a deload week before I give the reins back to my coach for him to handle all the programming side of everything, and also just getting me ready for comp period. Bench, nice and simple, 140 for a 3x6. And then deadlifts, we worked up to a 320 kg deadlift triple, which, like I was just saying, try new things. That's all I was doing this time. Literally, I came into that session with a focus of, I want to try new shoes, because I noticed on my last 300 pull, I tipped forward a little bit. So I was wondering, maybe it's the shoes, maybe it's the angle of the floor. I have a couple of shoes I want to try. My Vivas are getting very beat up. Why not try a new pair of shoes and see what happens? So I tried the Sabo deadlift shoes, and I also tried my field grounds. The field grounds felt much better. And also, when I was thinking of locking out, I was very focused on exploding or really locking through at the top, using my quads to drive my legs to lock out, and also my glutes. It's almost like a knee snapping motion, but it feels good and it works well. So we keep on experimenting with it. The 320 kg top triple moved really good. But yeah, that was just the message of the video. Experiment when you can, add on more muscle mass to help improve your leverages further down the line. But don't be scared to try new things and see what works for you, what doesn't work for you. Like, at the end of the day, all you're trying to do is improve your efficiency in the lift. As a junior, your main primary focus will be adding more muscle mass where you can, and also just filling out your frame, because you're still very young. This is the best time you can put on more muscle mass. And even me too, that's my focus now. Like, wherever I can add more muscle mass to, I'm just going to keep on trying to strengthen my weak areas. And then in terms of technique, always study the game. That's it. Like, study yourself, study the game, see what the best are doing, see what you're doing, see what you can not necessarily replicate on their side, but take away and implement in your own training. If you look at someone's bar path when they bench, what's my bar path like? Can I improve my bar path? If you look at someone's sumo deadlift, can I improve my lookout? Can I improve the way I pull slack out of the floor? When you're squatting, what my elbows doing? How's my upper back stability? How do I enter the hole? How do I get off the hole? Like, I'm constantly reviewing these things because I know areas where I'm weak in and I want to improve just to generate better power going forward. So that's just it. Thank you for my rant, and hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. This was a bit of a rushed one. Honestly, I didn't want to film this, but there's nothing else to post, and I want to update you guys on the Arnold's prep, so I'm going to post my training in the background and then talk a bit of shit. So yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Hopefully, let me know your thoughts on the whole technique, muscle mass, whatever. Let me know your thoughts on this whole video, if it makes any sense to you, or if you just think I'm chatting shit. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.